DJ Academics is going through a scandal right now. Well, I want to say a scandal. He's going through some big ass shit right now because some old videos has been unearthed. So DJ Academics has had a long ongoing beef with a vlog called The College Kid. Now, College Kid and DJ Academics, they're beefing because um DJ Academics had a series called The War in Chirac that really gained a lot of popularity.
Okay.
The College Kids, they used to cover Chicago before Academics.
Oh.
The Academics got bigger than them while covering that thing and that spectrum of hip hop. So since then, those guys have had a gripe. One of them has passed away from COVID earlier this year, but since then they have been trying to do what they can to go ahead and put hit pieces tarnish his career. So once he had the first deal done with Spotify, they released an old tweet from when he was hacked that said, "Bad baby got mad titties for a 15-year-old." You know, Academics that was posted from Academics page where he was hacked. And it's been proven that he was hacked because the same person that hacked his account had President Obama's account, several different accounts, and that person is in jail right now for hacking a bunch of different accounts. So those people they try to push that story and they keep bringing it up every single time, about DJ Academics. Now, in this situation right here, they went and found some old video from 2014. They chopped it up to go ahead and do this hit piece right here because he has this new deal with Spotify, so they're trying to get him out of pain with this one. So this is what was unearthed, and this is what it sounds like with this context. Let's go ahead and listen to this clip, and it's kind of nasty. Let's hear it.
And to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as the chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick.
So those are the statements. It's kind of wild. It sounds wild out of context, but that's the purpose. So let's do the full conversation.
Yes,
hearing that for the first time right there, how do you feel?
That shit sound crazy.
It sounds crazy.
That shit don't even sound chopped up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, it's chopped up as far as from the big conversation or the context. But it sounds crazy to you. Anybody else? What else your thoughts on it?
Oh shit! Wow. 17? She
said she gonna get fucked.
Yeah, Well, we don't know what was said previous.
I don't know if that even matters with this right now.
Wow.
For you to even just say that little part, that's just like saying, I will rape a bitch. You don't have to hear any of the other statements. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Well, that's not I will rape a bitch.
No, I'm saying that's what it seems like in this situation. That he said 17 and a half, she gonna get this dick.
All right, so
I think that shit's crazy. Regardless,
I understand what you're
context
saying.
It was,
but without even providing context, just to go ahead and just for the argument, without even providing context, DJ Academics went to college in New Jersey. He's referring to like the college ID in New Jersey. This age of consent is 16. In statutory rape cases, an adult will have sexual contact with someone under the age of 16. So even without context, it's still not a rape. Grape, so that's it.
Great.
Even without context. So that's the put that'll be said right there. That's where you grew up. When you left from
I still don't think
Jamaica.
that makes it right.
You can say it may not make it right, but without even context, you still can't say that. And if you are a public person and you are saying that he is that, you're going to get sued.
Defamation.
You're going to get sued. You're going to get a cease and desist letter. Letting you know that right now. So let's go ahead and let him provide the context of the conversation. Let's go ahead and pull this up. 1 second. Hold on. Give me a second, folks. Before we do that, any thoughts you guys have?
So it's legal in Jersey for you to be 17.
16.
I'm sorry, 16. So when he said that, it honestly for him does make sense.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Logically, doesn't make sense. No, by law, yeah.
A lot of shit in law I feel like doesn't make sense though.
But does it not make sense logically? Like, are we gonna forget where the fuck we come from? Are we gonna really do this right here?
Yes, let's do it.
Cause we know what used to go down when we was in high school. If a dude had a whip, probably a little older, probably 18, 19, they was messing with the chicks in high school.
And that was wrong.
It was
Those
wrong,
are
but
predators.
Still. I would say 18. If it's okay, if someone was 18, they was dating somebody that was 16, it was 18 if I was a senior high school, they were probably dating like a sophomore or junior. They left the school, they still with boyfriend and girlfriend. That person's a predator.
Yeah.
You think that's a predator, honestly?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, no, that's where
that's your perception.
That's where the water get murky, get grayish.
Okay.
That get gray. That's a gray area.
Okay. All right.
If the person was 17 or 16,
I just don't understand.
17 or turn 18, that's a gray area.
How would you feel if that was your child, your daughter child?
That's when you give consent to it.
It's on the parents to give consent. If I was a father, I'm always gonna be protective, no matter what the age is. They could be the same damn age. The dude could be younger than my daughter. I'm gonna be overprotective. If I'm have a son, I'm gonna just tell my son, man, you could bag an older chick. You feel me? Just to offer some just bravado type shit. You know. Plus, I think you can do better on some type of shit as far as vibes like that. But you can't control. But sometimes people just end up vibing. But that's my thoughts on it. Just being realistic, because a lot of ladies that are probably going to be talking shit about academics just because they don't like him, they are going to use this against him, even though when they were in the same situation, they definitely were smashing older dudes. Especially if you were, well, let's give him the context. I'm talking without giving him his context to speak. So we're going to react to this in full time. I posted this early on my page, but I did not give that much context. I didn't give a chance to get that much commentary. So we're going to go through this. So this is him clearing everything up. He actually was ahead of the story. He was actually ahead of the storm. But I don't think he thought it was going to get as big, because the same people that he's been beefing with, they have been, on his head about several different things in the past, but it never got that big and never grew legs. This situation right here grew legs. He didn't think it was going to happen, so he didn't think he had to address it on his main page. But he spoke about this yesterday. Then this morning, somehow Spiritual Word caught it, and they went with the story, and then it exploded. So here we go right here. Let's get down to what Ak got to say, man. We're going to do commentary as well in the meantime.
Charlamagne is these other people.
Raise this volume. Hold on.
Charlamagne told me this one thing. Actually, I won't even tell you what he told me. But he taught me after he went through what he went through when people try to dig up old shit on him. When doing contracts now, all that old shit, that sounds good. You can make people a bunch of, like, whoever you want to mad, but it will not affect the money I get. Okay? So it just is what it is.
Just to stop right there. Once again, these dudes are trying to ruin his deal with Spotify. And they've been trying to do this for like past year or so. So that's the give context of that right there. You can't stop because he has some type of clause in his contract. And Charlamagne has been hit with some things recently. But for the past 6 years, every time Charlamagne gets a new deal out, whoever he's beefing with brings up his old case. And if you do a clause in your contract saying once we sign this deal, if you have any type of media thing that makes you want to back out of this deal, you still got to pay me. Even if we don't do the show, you still have to pay me.
That's smart.
And they probably maintain it, and Charlamagne probably keeps his IP, intellectual property. Let's keep listening.
So that's the reason I don't respond, because I'm like, Spotify don't care. The people who I do business with don't care. Nobody's gonna care about the people who don't like me. Why am I keep talking about this, right?
Facts.
But you know what? For I want to give a video for the people who do care about me, and this is gonna be the video that you get to point everybody in the world to. Oh, y'all saying this? Well, here's a response. Cool. So let me play this video. Here we go. But really, to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as the chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick. And to keep it real, if you think about it okay. So you guys heard that, and that's the clip they're going with, right? By the way, I own this this content. Instagram is waiting for me to lay a claim on the page if I want. It's cool. So let me explain this. By the way, this is a clip from 10 years ago. I'm going to play the full context of the clip. Okay. And by the way, let's actually pull it up.
So what he's putting up is a video from 2014 of him covering Kylie Jenner and Tiger's relationship. Because he covers hip-hop news around that time. That was the big discussion. So that's what he was talking about on his page.
Akademiks, Tiger, Kylie. Okay, I got it right here. Okay. So about 8 years ago, right? I'll even put up the actual date. About 8 years ago, 2014, 8 years ago, right? I was doing a topic on my YouTube, I don't use anymore, but it is my YouTube, that says Tiger denies being in a relationship with Kylie Jenner. Now, this was when everyone knew Kylie and Tiger were fucking around. Tiger was 24, Kylie was 17. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the context. And this is what's important. At no point did I ever say that I fucked somebody under 17 or under 18. I was given an example of how, and I want to give y'all this example before I play this whole clip. I'm gonna play the full clip. I said in college, I said 17 becomes a gray area because people don't ask for IDs. There's some smart, or sometimes people start kindergarten early and they'll get to college when they're about to turn 18, but they'll turn 18 in January and they get there in September. When somebody's in college, and just like I'll say with high school, when somebody's in high school, if a nigga was in high school, I know somebody, and maybe I shouldn't say that, but I'm just going to be real. I know somebody who he had just turned 18 and he was dating like someone in a lesser class. That this is high school. There's people who end up being 18 in high school. I was talking about being in an institution, so college or high school, where the ages are or a little bit out of what is actually acceptable, right? And this is what I have to tell y'all, right? Somebody just said 4 months of the college year, some people are 17. It depends on when you're born. You know, that's all I was saying.
I graduated high school at 17. And then when I got to college, I just turned 18, probably a couple months. I smashed the junior. She's like 21 years old. I just turned 18. Was that crazy? Like, no. Is that she raped me? Is that something to be crazy about?
Nah, you're right. I think they're just trying to spin a narrative.
That's why I said.
Do I need counseling?
It's a gray area. Yeah, you stupid. It's a gray area.
I was a couple months ago. I was 17 years old. Now I'm having sex with a 21-year-old. Was that crazy?
It's a gray area.
I'm just trying to say. Let me know. Do I need counseling, people?
Nah.
Was I taking advantage of? Let me know.
No, just taking advantage of the opportunity.
All right, let's keep listening.
When people go to college, and you'll hear in my full clip, people do not check IDs. No one in college, and if y'all ever been to college, no one says, "Hey, how old are you?" I've been to college.
That's true.
They're usually under the assumption. By the way, if you're in college, at least if you're doing 4 years, you're probably not over 21. Usually,
yeah.
Right? Those people usually assume that the people they're dating or they're dealing with are of age. They usually, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I never used my license in college at all. It was mostly college ID.
That's true.
You almost looked at the college ID like it was a sign that you are of college age.
Matter of fact, like if someone like was not in college, they were shamed. Like, you too old. Get your ass up out of here. Yeah. What you doing with us? doing us. I could understand. Once you hit like that 22 point, then you start feeling weird. 23, you start feeling weird. Like, I don't know if I want to start going these things anymore. But 21, 20, you like, man, freshman, that shit was fresh meat for a lot of dudes.
Okay, so I want to play this video in full. And by the way, when people are this is the context I'm saying is missing from it. This was never said that, oh, no, I'm doing this. I'm giving you the example of what I know happens in college. And I know when I was in college, I didn't really ask for ID. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't ask for ID. I'm like, yo, you go here. I know you live in that dorm. Okay, I'm assuming you were of age. This is college. Now, they're putting this clip out 8 years later when now I'm in my 30s. So it looks bad. Where it's like, yo, you're 31 and 2. No. If you're, and this is one of the things I was saying about even high school. I know dudes who end up turning 18 that their girlfriends are 16. Like they were 17 and 16 when they both got together, then homie turns 18. What happens? This is a discussion. This is not me saying what's right or wrong. This is me presenting a new story, and I want people to, you guys make up your own decision. So anyway, I want to play the full thing in context. You can tell how old this is because I don't even think I use a GIF. This was before the GIF era. So let's go.
DJ Akademiks, and now I'm Tiger. He finally addresses the rumors that he's...
Yo, my voice sounds so weird.
Facts.
Yeah, dude.
That's how you can tell. Like this is why
the girl.
Akademiks core, they're not gonna care about this shit. They understand the whole title in total context. His core, I will be considered probably as one of his core as well. There's some people that's really diehard chat niggas. I ain't diehard, but I fucks with his concept. But the core will understand there's some old ass shit, and they'll understand. They probably remember that damn video. Let's keep listening.
Yeah, let's go though.
donkey fucking Kylie Jenner. Now, Kylie Jenner's 17. Tyga is 24. A lot of people are turning their nose up at the possibility they're fucking or even in a relationship. Some people say he's waiting until she's 18 before he lets everybody know he's donkey fucking her. And now he came out in this interview with our Vibe and he said, listen, Kylie, nah. Listen, I ain't dating her. See, the thing about Kylie, I know Kylie and the whole family.
Oh, I did use gifts back then. Man, I've been using gifts for a long time, man. I think that's why I got mad at Dom's life, because gifts my thing. Like, gifts, that's my thing, bro.
For 4 years, I introduced Black China to Kim K about a year ago. So everybody's been cool. But it's like just so hard. Their world is different. If somebody want to hang out.
By the way, I'm calling Tiger right here. This is him. I think he put out a statement.
Now, cool. I'm not opposed to hanging out with somebody. I hang out with Kylie, her sister Kendall. I hang out with Scott Disick. Sometimes I hang out with Chloe. But people want to take the situation with Kylie to a next level. Now, let's be honest, because don't listen to Tyga fucking lying. Any Negro could realize that Tyga's lying. Tyga's fucking her. Yo.
So let me pause it. So in the video, I'm literally saying Tyga is lying. He is completely not being honest about not fucking Kylie, who is 17 and he's 24.
That's no speculation. Tyga's fucking her. Why would somebody that's 24 be hanging out with a chick that's 17? Come on now, he's fucking her. But now a lot of people are saying, well, this is kind of disgusting. Some people are saying this.
Now, if you watch my videos, and I hate to keep pausing it, you do know I try, even if it's rare that I'm just like on one side. I remember I even did this on Instagram. I was just like, who was that? Oh, I was just mad at that girl who got trouble killed, because I know bitches like that, bro. So like, I didn't even write the caption where y'all could just argue back and forth. I was just like, fuck this bitch. But usually, anytime I do a topic, even if I don't care about it, or I'm on one side, I try to make it open. Okay,
it's not.
We're quick. You can't do that anymore in 2022. You can't be devil's advocate and try to like play both sides no more, because people gonna think like, you know, they're always gonna go with the more salacious thing that you stated, and like that's gonna be what was used in totality as far as your opinion, where you stand is your ground. So you can't do that anymore in 2022, and it sucks because you can't, you know, have full discussions about certain things. Let's keep listening.
To be honest with y'all, seriously. Listen, I remember when I went to college and I was just about to graduate, because when you're about to graduate college, you're about like 21, and then the chicks coming in are usually 18 or 17. And to keep it real, if you think about it,
let me explain that part too. That is true. When you're a senior in college, you're about 21. the people who are usually freshmen usually are 18. There's like the one little random person who's like 17.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, you know, I don't know if they edited. I don't know what part they edited, but I want to play my clip in full. You get me?
In the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17.
Okay. Now, I think that part was taken out of context. And I'll play it again.
If you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine.
Okay. So, and listen, I'm trying to be as fair as I can be too, because I want to be straight. I'm doing this one time. What I was trying to say is that when a nigga is either you're 21 or 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone's like 17. This is only in the college dynamic, right? Because they put 4 years of kids together, just like they do in high school.
Undergrad.
I said usually there's not much of a difference. Like when you're in college, you don't really see the difference. And I still believe that. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there's some people who look like kids in college. That's 100%. And I'm not talking about those people, clearly. Or maybe it's not clear, so I gotta point it out.
I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting fucked. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17 and I'm 21. She's going to get this dick. But that's just being honest. But that's on a college level because you're in that.
That's a good place to pause it. By the way, that does sound wild. What I will say is that
when they cut out that's on the college level part. They cut that part out. But he admits that sound wild. He listening
at this. I say that because you don't ask for age, bro. Like, so it's one of those things where like you might find out that like you really don't ask for age. Like in college and high school, you don't ask for age, bro. I'm telling you don't ask for age.
You don't.
My nigga, I'm telling you might ask somebody they're a freshman, but as long as they go to your school, bro, you do not ask. It's not that you want anybody underage. You just assume. So that's what I'm saying. If it ends up being that, it's like, yeah, that's not what you wanted to do type shit. But it's like, I don't look at it as in somebody deliberately looking for kids.
You're in that whole environment where the whole fucking school is your age. So you're kind of looking around. You're like, wait, I'm not going around checking IDs. If you come to the school, obviously you're probably old enough, usually. So we fucking. But as far as Tiger's a little bit older, 24. Then the chick is 17, which is kind of a gray area, which he definitely fucking her, but he keeping on the low. In reality, Tiger's just trying to hide the fact that he's fucking that half young safari pussy that Kim Kardashian chick got. She's not even full Kardashian.
All right. And then I think that's where we get some other stuff. But anyway.
Said, cut that shit real quick. And they said, all right, cut this shit right here. Hey, one thing we're gonna learn that like that shock value shit, that shock jock shit back in the days, like that shit come back up and people really want to get you by the paint.
Mm-hmm.
It can hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
That shock jock shit just saying anything wild because man, it's funny as hell, but out of context, it can hurt you.
The conversation that I gave, and by the way, also to put in better context too, isn't validating that Tyga being 24 should be dating or having sex with 17. I was trying to play devil's advocate as yo, there's certain places where a close enough age range, 24, you're not in college, or you shouldn't be in college. You should either be in grad school or something else. You're a little bit weird. You're weird. If you're doing that, you're weird. But I'm trying to, the only point I was trying to say, which by the way also doesn't apply to Kylie, I'll be honest. It doesn't apply to Kylie because Kylie did not go to college. If we're having a conversation about dudes who have messed with people who are 17, I know people who in college who are 18 who fuck 17-year-olds. I do know. And if that's what you want to call a pedophile, fuck it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know people who were 18, they both started dating at 17, one turned 18, and they fucked the 17-year-old, bro. I'm being honest. 100%. That's the reality of it. There is no age limit to it. I'm being honest with you. And what I mean by age limit to it, the problem, and by the way, I don't have a problem with college kid trying to use any video. It's trying to contextualize it like I like kids. If you look at the women I've dated, I've never dated anyone. Actually, let me think about this. I haven't dated anyone in probably the last 5 years that was below like even 21. Like for me now, around you gotta be 20 because I drink. So if I'm dealing with a girl now, you have to be able to drink with me, right?
He's 31 years.
So around that age. So 20, 21, 22, that's where we at. Now, granted, legally it would be 18, but that's not what I would even be involved with.
Okay, let's pause right there. So you guys want to keep listening, or you got what you need?
No,
we're good.
We need. All right. So chat, are we riding with Akademiks or we canceling Akademiks? What y'all think, chat? Let me know in the chat. Cancel Akademiks or we riding with Akademiks? What y'all say? What inside the room? What y'all think?
I think we should be riding with him.
He's straight. I mean, just by hearing what he said at first, you like, whoa. But when he broke it down, then you be like, damn, dog. People really out here. They'll chop some shit up just to make you look bad. And at the end of the day, he's speaking facts. I mean, when you go to college, you ain't out here asking, oh, let me see your driver's license. Let me see how old you is. If you got that school ID that's around your neck, on your waist, or somewhere, you saying, all right, they go to my school. Hey, you a senior, you a junior. Hey, we cool. We rocking together, but we friends. So you ain't really, when you really look at what he's saying, he telling the truth.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was in college, it was guys there that was not at the school. Like they just used to come to the school. They were not in school, and you would think that they went to the school, and they were not going to the school. So I don't even know if it's me looking at the college ID anymore, because everybody, I don't know. I didn't wear my college lanyard around my neck. I like put it up in my wallet or something.
Yeah, it was in the wallet at all times.
Yeah.
But
I know it's in my pocket.
Yeah.
Because I needed it for lunch.
In Tallahassee, you ain't want to mess with nobody that wasn't in college at a point in time, because you had them locals, but them locals was dangerous, and not dangerous for real, because at a point in time when I went to college, like Tallahassee was the number one for HIV.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, you ain't want to mess with no local. If you ain't had no college ID, you couldn't get no penis from me. Wasn't happening. Wasn't happening because they had that it.